So, good evening, dear friends. So, here we are today in this session, we are going to discuss about the construction and working of Francis turbine. So, this Francis turbine, it is called as inward mixed flow reaction turbine. So, that means when the turbine is in working condition, water will be flowing from outer diameter to the inner diameter of the runner. So therefore, it is called as inward flow turbine. And secondly, water will be entering the runner in radial direction and it will be leaving the runner in axial direction. So therefore, it is called as a mixed flow turbine. And finally, the pressure of the liquid that is entering the runner will be greater than the pressure of the liquid that is leaving the runner. And this pressure difference, this is called as reaction pressure. And this reaction pressure is very, very essential for operating the turbine. And therefore, it is also called as reaction turbine. So all these, factors put together, Francis turbine, it is referred to as inward mixed flow reaction turbine. And secondly, the shaft of the turbine will be held in vertical position. So therefore, the shaft of the generator must be also arranged in vertical position. So therefore, the generator will be placed above the turbine. And these Francis turbines will be rotating at medium speeds and they will be consuming water, the energy present in the water in moderate quantities, and also it will be utilizing the quantity of water in moderate quantities. So that means it is used for medium heads and medium discharges. So these are the salient features of Francis turbine. Now we have these diagrams. The first top one that is used for indicating the front view of the turbine, and the second figure for indicating the top view of the turbine. Now let us identify the various components of Francis turbine. So as mentioned earlier, the shaft of the turbine will be arranged in vertical position. So therefore, it appears in the form of a rectangle in the front view, and it appears in the form of a circle in the top view of the machine. So the shaft of this Francis turbine will be rotating in clockwise direction. So when the turbine is in a running condition, the shaft of the turbine will be continuously rotating in clockwise direction. And secondly, a rotating disc is mounted on the shaft of the turbine. So that is called as a runner, and number of blades are fitted around the periphery of the runner. That means these blades are fitted in between the inner diameter and outer diameter of the runner. They are called as runner blades. So all these items put together, it is called as runner assembly. And this assembly will be continuously rotating in clockwise direction as long as the turbine is in a running condition. And now, secondly, a fixed wheel is put around the periphery of the runner, that is called as guide wheel, and number of fixed blades are put around the periphery of the guide wheel. They are called as guide blades. So, as the name itself implies, these guide blades are used for directing the water or for guiding the liquid onto the blades of the runner in required direction. So that's why they are called as guide blades. And similarly, additionally, these blades are also used for controlling the quantity of water that is entering the runner. That means when the load on the turbine increases, it requires more quantity of water. So therefore, guide blades will be coming to open position, and they'll be supplying, these blades will be supplying more quantity of water onto the runner. Similarly, when the load on the turbine decreases, it requires less quantity of water. So therefore, the guide blades will be coming to closed position, and so therefore they'll be supplying less quantity of water into the runner. So this is the arrangement of this mechanism called as guide wheel mechanism. That means the guide wheel and guide blades put together, it is referred to as a guide wheel mechanism. Very, very essential for not only for guiding water onto the blades of the runner, but also for controlling the quantity of water that is entering the runner. And a governor is used for operating the blades of the guide wheel, for operating all the blades of the guide wheel. And when the load on the turbine decreases, the governor will be closing all the blades of the guide wheel. And when the load on the turbine increases, it will be opening all the blades of the guide wheel. So these items, the guide wheel and guide blades, put together, it is referred to as a guide wheel mechanism. And finally, this guide wheel, it is covered by means of a casing. That means casing is put around the periphery of the guide wheel. So it is made in the form of a spiral. So therefore, this is referred to as a spiral casing. And finally, the inlet of the casing is fitted to the pipeline, that is the penstock, which is referred to as a pipeline that is coming from the first reservoir of the idle project. So this is the general arrangement of Francis turbine. Now, in the top view, all the elements will be appearing in the form of circles. So top view is, used for explaining the various components of Francis turbine. Now, secondly, the pressure of water which is leaving the runner will be less than atmospheric pressure. So therefore, negative pressure will be developed at the outlet of the runner. So therefore, we have to make necessary arrangements for removing the negative pressure of the liquid. So that's why a draft tube is fitted below the runner for removing the negative pressure of the liquid. So this is not visible in the top view because while looking from the top, this draft tube will not be visible while looking from the top. So because it is placed below the runner, you will not be in a position to indicate the draft tube in the top view of the machine. So therefore, this front view is very, very essential for explaining the arrangement of the draft tube or also for indicating the arrangement of the draft. Now, this we can see the arrangement of the draft tube. It's shown in the first figure. It's shown in the sectional elevation of this, turbine. So this is as shown in the figure. The inlet of the draft tube is fitted to the outlet of the runner, and the outlet of the draft tube is submerged in the second reservoir. So this is the arrangement of draft tube used in Francis turbine. So the area of draft tube is gradually increasing in the direction of flow of water. So therefore, and similarly, it's also held in straight position, vertical position. So therefore, it is called as a straight, vertical, divergent draft. So straight draft tubes are very, very essential for operating the Francis turbine. So arrangement of the draft tube is shown in the first figure. So wherein the inlet of the tube is attached to the outlet of the runner, and finally the outlet of the tube is submerged in the second reservoir. So this is the complete arrangement, and this is about the construction of Francis turbine, and this is the arrangement of various components, very, very essential, used for operating the Francis turbine. Now, coming to the working of this machine, so water coming from the penstock as shown in the second figure, water coming from the penstock will be entering the casing, and this water will be flowing in clockwise direction. Now, the area of cross-section of the casing is gradually decreasing in the direction of flow of water. So therefore, pressure energy will be converted into kinetic energy of the liquid. So initially the casing is used for raising the kinetic energy of the liquid. And secondly, the water which is coming out of the casing will be entering the guide wheel, and again it will be flowing from outer diameter to the inner diameter of the guide wheel. So therefore, again the area of cross section is gradually decreasing in the direction of flow of water. So therefore, pressure energy will be getting converted into kinetic energy of the liquid. Therefore, guide wheel is also used for increasing the kinetic energy of the liquid. And finally, the water which is coming out of the guide wheel, water which is leaving the guide wheel, will be entering the runner, and it will be flowing again from outer diameter to the inner diameter of the runner. So here also the area of runner, area of cross section is decreasing in the flow direction. So therefore, pressure energy will be getting converted into kinetic energy of the liquid. So therefore, the runner is also used for increasing the kinetic energy of the liquid. So during the operation, the casing initially in the first stage, casing is increasing the kinetic energy of the liquid. Guide wheel in the second stage, guide wheel is increasing the kinetic energy of the liquid. And finally, the runner in the third stage, the runner is also increasing the kinetic energy of the liquid. So therefore, the kinetic energy of the liquid that is coming out of the runner will be maximum, and the pressure of the liquid, obviously the pressure of the liquid will be minimum. It will be less than atmospheric pressure. So therefore, negative pressure will be developed at the outlet of the runner. So this is very, dangerous development. So because of negative pressure, cavitation will be, the problem of cavitation will arise. And because of this, the blades of the runner will be getting, damaged. So we have to make arrangements for removing the negative pressure of the liquid. So therefore, this draft tube as shown in the first figure, the draft tube is fitted to the outlet of the runner. So this draft tube, it will be receiving the water, entire quantity of water coming out of the runner, and it will be raising the pressure energy of the liquid. That means it will be destroying the negative pressure of the liquid, and finally it will be discharging the total quantity of water onto the tailways. So this is the main purpose of the draft tube, very essential for operating a Francis turbine. And as mentioned earlier, you can see in the first figure, as shown in the first figure, the area of draft tube is increasing in the direction of flow of water. So therefore, if the area of cross section increases, the kinetic energy of the liquid decreases, and the pressure energy of the liquid increases. So this is useful for recovering the pressure of the liquid. It's useful for destroying the negative pressure of the liquid. So therefore, this divergent draft tubes are used for operating the Francis turbine. So as shown in the figure, this draft tube is fitted to the outlet of the runner, The inlet is fitted to the outlet of the runner, and the outlet is submerged in the second reservoir. So therefore, it will be receiving the quantity of water coming out of the runner. Secondly, it will be raising the pressure energy of the liquid. It will be recovering the pressure energy of the liquid. And finally, it will be discharging the entire quantity of liquid onto the tail race. So these are the various components of Francis turbine, and this is the general arrangement of the Francis turbine. Now we have discussed about the construction, details of construction of Francis turbine, and also the working of this particular machine. Now let us make, before ending the session, my dear friends, let us make a review of all the aspects which we have discussed so far. So at the beginning of the session, we have discussed about the salient features of Francis turbine, my dear friends. So this is, as I told earlier, it's inward mixed flow reaction turbine. So water will be flowing from outer diameter to the inner diameter of the runner. It's called as inward flow turbine. Water will be entering in radial direction and it will be leaving in axial direction. It's called as a mixed flow turbine. And inlet pressure of the runner is greater than the outlet pressure of the runner. So this pressure difference called as reaction pressure, very essential for operating the machine. So it is called as a reaction turbine. And secondly, we have talked about all these factors. This turbine will be operating at a medium speed. The speed of the turbine will be around 300 RPM, varying in between 60 to 300 RPM. So it's a medium speed turbine. And it will be absorbing liquid energy in moderate quantities. It's called as a medium head turbine. It will be using water in moderate quantities. So it's also called as medium discharge turbine. So, these are the salient features. And apart from that, we have talked about the arrangement of the shaft. It's held in vertical position. So generator shaft must be also held in vertical position. So therefore, the generator will be coming above the turbine. So in the case of Francis turbine, the generator will be placed above the turbine. So these are the arrangements to be made for operating the Francis turbine. So friends, just now we have talked about the shaft arrangement held in vertical position. So as per the figure, as per the arrangement shown in the figure, it will be rotating in clockwise direction. So generator shaft held in vertical position, generator has to be placed above the turbine. So all these factors are we have discussed in the previous slides. Next, we have talked about the runner of the machine. So it's a rotating disc mounted on the shaft of the turbine. So therefore, the shaft will be rotating. The shaft here, in this case, the shaft of the turbine will be rotating in clockwise direction. So therefore, the runner of the turbine, the runner which is mounted on the shaft of the turbine, naturally it will be also, rotating in clockwise direction. So we have to note down the number of blades. Around 24 blades are fitted in between inner and outer diameters of the runner, and water will be flowing from outer diameter to the inner diameter of the runner. That means it will be flowing towards the center of the runner. So area of cross section is decreasing in flow direction. So therefore, the runner is used for increasing the kinetic energy of the liquid. So friends, we have talked about the guide wheel mechanism. So this is the fixed wheel put around the periphery of the runner. Number of blades are fitted to the guide wheel. They are fixed in position, called as guide blades. And of course, the guide blades are free to move about their centers. A governor is used for controlling the blades of the guide wheel. When the load on the turbine decreases, the governor will be closing the blades of the guide wheel. And when the load on the turbine increases, it will be opening the blades of the guide wheel. So as told earlier, so these guide blades, basically they are meant for guiding water onto the runner in correct direction, in a required direction. And also they are used for, are very, very essential for controlling the quantity of water that is entering the runner according to the load acting on the turbine. So all these items, friends, put together, it is referred to as a guide wheel mechanism. And we have talked about the casing. Casing is a very essential component used not only in turbines, to be used for motors, generators, engines, pumps, compressors. So can be called as pump casing, compressor casing, motor casing, generator casing. So it's used here, it is used for covering the parts of the turbine. It's referred to as a turbine casing. It's made in the form of an Archimedean spiral. It's called as a spiral casing. So that and all mentioned in this particular slide. It's put around the periphery of the guide wheel. So runner is covered by guide wheel mechanism, and finally guide wheel mechanism is covered by means of a spiral casing. Also, we have talked about the energy conversion. So water coming from the penstock will be, flowing inside the casing in clockwise direction. So area of casing is will be getting decreased. It is decreasing in the direction of flow of water. So therefore, the casing is also used for increasing the kinetic energy of the liquid. So friends, it is the inlet of the casing is fitted to the penstock. So it will be receiving the entire quantity of water coming from the penstock. It will be raising the kinetic energy of the liquid, and it will be discharging the entire quantity of liquid onto the guide wheel mechanism. So here energy conversion is taking place in three stages. Initially, the casing is raising the kinetic energy of the liquid. Secondly, guide wheel, and the second stage, guide wheel will be raising the kinetic energy of the liquid. And finally, the runner, the last stage, last and final stage, that is in the third stage, the runner will be also increasing the kinetic energy of the liquid. So kinetic energy is very, very essential for operating the turbine. So turbine will be converting kinetic energy into kinetic energy of the liquid into mechanical energy of the shaft. And finally, the generator will be converting mechanical energy of the shaft into electrical energy. So therefore, all these components, namely spiral casing, guide wheel mechanism, runner mechanism. So all the items, they are used very, very essential for raising the kinetic energy of the liquid. Also, we have talked about the arrangement of the draft tube. So the purpose of the draft tube. So negative pressure is developed at the outlet of the runner. So therefore, we have to make arrangements for removing the negative pressure of the liquid. So therefore, this draft tube is fitted to the runner. So it will be receiving water coming out of the runner, and it will be raising the pressure energy of the liquid. That means it will be removing the negative pressure of the liquid. And finally, it will be discharging the entire quantity of liquid onto the tail race. So this is the function, and this is the arrangement of the draft tube. And lastly, the outlet of the draft tube must be submerged below the level of water in the second reservoir. That means at least 1 meter below the level of water in the reservoir. So otherwise, air will be entering from the outlet of the draft tube, and it will be destroying the pressure of the liquid. So therefore, the efficiency of the draft tube will be getting disturbed. So friends, this is the arrangement of draft tube. And so in this section, we have discussed about the construction and working of Francis turbine. We have noted down the salient features of Francis turbine, and we have discussed about the various components of the turbine, and also the working of this Francis turbine. So with this, I would like to end the session. So I thank you all, one and all, for joining the session. Thank you very much.